Have you been praying to be successful and wealthy? In this video, I'll show you some of the downsides and problems that come with enormous wealth and how you can prevent them from happening to you and to your children. Welcome to Let Your Light So Shine. My name is Monica. It's my joy and pleasure to bring this video to you. Today I'll be looking at the downsides of Solomon's success. King Solomon is highly revered as one of the wealthiest kings of his time. Even today, if Solomon were alive, he would still be among the wealthiest men because he had a lot of gold and he had a lot of riches. However, Solomon's success and enormous wealth brought him so many difficulties, and these difficulties did not happen in his time. These were problems that he left for his children and the rest of Israel as soon as he was gone. In this message, I'm going to be looking at the things that Solomon did wrong as regards his success, and how Solomon's immense success led to problems for his children and the rest of Israel. I'm looking at three passages today because we are going to connect the dots. We are going to start from Solomon's time, and then we are going to end up seeing the consequences of Solomon's actions and inactions. The first passage is 2 Chronicles 8 verses 1 to 8. And the second passage is 2 Chronicles 9 verses 13 to 24. And the third passage is 2 Chronicles 10 verses 1 to 7. Get your Bibles and let's look at these three passages together. It came to pass at the end of 20 years, when Solomon had built the house of the Lord and his own house, that the cities which Hiram had given to Solomon, Solomon built them, and he settled the children of Israel there. And Solomon went to Hamath-zobah and seized it. He also seized Tadmor in the wilderness, and all the storage cities which he built in Hamath. He built Upper Beth-horon and Lower Beth-horon, fortified cities with walls, gates, and bars. Also Baalat and all the storage cities that Solomon had, and all the chariot cities and the cities of the Calvary, and all that Solomon desired to build in Jerusalem, in Lebanon, and in all the land of his dominion. All the people who were left of the Hittites, Amorites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites, who were not of Israel, that is, their descendants who were left in the land after them, whom the children of Israel did not destroy. From these, Solomon raised forced labor, as it is to this day. Now let's read the second passage. The weight of gold that came to Solomon yearly was 626 talents of gold, besides what the traveling merchants and traders brought. And all the kings of Arabia and governors of the country brought gold and silver to Solomon. And King Solomon made 200 large shields of hammered gold. 600 shekels of hammered gold went into each shield. He also made 300 shields of hammered gold. 300 shekels of gold went into each shield. The king put them in the house of the forest of Lebanon. Moreover, the king made a great throne of ivory and overlaid it with pure gold. The throne had 6 steps, with a footstool of gold, which was fastened to the throne. There were armrests on either side of the place of the seats, and 2 lions stood beside the armrests. 12 lions stood there, one on each side of the 6 steps. Nothing like this had been made for any other kingdom. All King Solomon's drinking vessels were gold, and all the vessels of the house of the forest of Lebanon were pure gold. Not one was silver, for this was accounted as nothing in the days of Solomon. For the king's ships went to Tarshish with the servants of Hiram. Once every 3 years the merchant ships came, bringing gold, silver, ivory, apes, and monkeys. So King Solomon surpassed all the kings of the earth in riches and wisdom. And all the kings of the earth sought the presence of Solomon to hear his wisdom, which God had put in his heart. Each man brought his presents, articles of silver and gold, garments, armor, spices, horses, and mules at a set rate year by year. Now, these two passages are the preamble leading up to the third passage that I'm about to read. And Rehoboam went to Shechem, for all Israel had gone to Shechem to make him king. So it happened, when Jeroboam the son of Nebat heard it, he was in Egypt where he had fled from the presence of King Solomon, that Jeroboam returned from Egypt. Then they sent for him and called him. And Jeroboam and all Israel came and spoke to Rehoboam, saying, Your father made our yoke heavy. Now therefore, lighten the burdensome service of your father and his heavy yoke, which he put on us, and we will serve you. So he said to them, Come back to me after 3 days. And the people departed. Then King Rehoboam consulted the elders who stood before his father Solomon while he still lived, saying, How do you advise me to answer these people? And they spoke to him, saying, If you are kind to this people and please them, and speak good words to them, they will be your servants forever. Okay, those are the 3 passages. Like I said earlier, the first 2 passages are the preamble. We see Solomon building so many things in these 2 passages, the first 2 passages. Remember that we were told that Solomon kept getting a lot of gifts, especially gold. Gold was so plenty in Solomon's time that silver became nothing. That silver became something that nobody even used. It was just cast aside. It was deemed irrelevant. It was deemed valueless in Solomon's time. That is how much wealth Israel experienced. That is how much wealth was coming in, how many gifts were coming in. And we were told that these gifts were coming in year by year at a set rate. People were bringing all these things to Solomon, even those who were not really serfs. Even those who were not really under Solomon, they were bringing it because they liked spending time with him. They liked to tap from Solomon's knowledge, and so they were bringing these gifts. Kings from all over the world kept bringing these gifts year in and year out. And Solomon kept getting so much gold. And what was he to do with the gold? He was to build. That was the natural thing. Remember that Solomon is a builder. That was what he was called to do. Remember that he was specially anointed to build the temple of God. David, his father, wanted to do that, but God assigned Solomon to do it. And God told him there will be peace in his time. And so Solomon indeed had a lot of peace, just like God had promised. He was highly blessed. He was exceedingly wealthy. Now, this seems like a good thing. On the surface, it seems like a good thing. But I need you to read beneath the line. I need you to look beyond the surface. Because if you go to the 3rd passage, you will see the consequences of Solomon's wealth. You will see the consequences of Solomon's continuous building. In the 1st passage, we are told that after 20 years, he had built his house. He had built the house of God. He was conquering lands, and he was building in all those places. Solomon had so much wealth that he was building shields that he would never use. Solomon knew he was not going to fight any battle. He knew, because that was his calling. He was to keep his hands clean. He did not need any blood on his hands. He was specially chosen. He was given peace in his lifetime. And so, when he was building shields of gold, he knew he was not going to use those shields. Those shields were exceedingly heavy. Did you read how many shekels went into each shield? Who wears a shield that heavy? You would not even be able to move about if you ever went to the battleground with a shield that heavy. And so Solomon knew it was just for decoration. And what did he do with it? He put it in the house in Lebanon. The house in the forest of Lebanon, that was where he kept it. Now, if you are actually going to battle, you would not just keep it anywhere. You will fortify yourself, you will protect yourself with the shield. But Solomon knew that those shields were just artifacts. He knew they were just things that he just kept. He knew that they were just ostentatious things. They were not practical things. And of course, he did not make the shield practical. Now, that is one of the many things that Solomon built with the plenty gold he kept getting year in and year out. Now, when we say that Solomon built a shield, or we say that Solomon built lions, or we say that Solomon built a throne, do we expect that it is Solomon physically, the individual Solomon, that physically built those things? Do we expect that it is King Solomon that practically brought those things together and did the goldsmithing? The answer is no. It was not Solomon. And we see the answer here, where we were told that the Perizzites, the Hittites, the generation that were still there with Israel, who were not Israelites, were the ones who were compelled to do forced labor. They were the ones building all these things. They were the ones crafting all these things. When the gold kept coming in, they kept working non-stop. How do I know they kept working non-stop? Because Solomon kept building. He kept building until probably the very day that God told him, come back and meet me. He kept building. For 20 years plus, Solomon was building. And that means that these Perizzites, these Hittites, these people who were not Israelites but dwelt among the Israelites, kept working non-stop. Now, as soon as Rehoboam became the king, they started voicing out their complaints. And so naturally, as we saw in the third passage, they went to him and said, your father has given us so much to do. We are always working non-stop. Can you please lighten our load? I've talked explicitly about Rehoboam's response to them. And so that is why I did not delve into that in this message, because that is not the focus of today's message. The focus of today's message is the last verse that I read to you, which is verse 7 in that 2 Chronicles 10. When Rehoboam consulted the elders who had been there in his father's time, they gave him some pieces of advice. They gave him 3 practical steps. They said, be kind to them, please them, speak good words to them. Unfortunately, Rehoboam did not take the advice, and we saw the fallout. We saw the consequences. I've talked about that in a video that I made earlier on how to take advice and how to know what kind of advice to take. I'll put the link of that video in the description of this video so that you can go and watch it and learn how to decipher what advice is best for you and which one to discard. I want to point out that before these people could come as a body to complain to Rehoboam, they must have been murmuring in private during Solomon's time. They must have been complaining amongst themselves and saying, this work is too much. When will it stop? More gold is coming. And I have a feeling that each time they saw more gold being brought in, they were pissed off, they were irritated, they got angrier. And so when they now finally felt there is a new leadership, there is a new king in town, let's speak to him, maybe he will be more considerate. They didn't get the response they needed. And now let's look at what the solution would have been. Let's look at what would have placated them. Let's look at how these people would have felt better working for Rehoboam. Let's also apply this in our own lives as leaders, in our different positions, wherever we may be. No matter how small your office is, no matter what your position is, the first thing the elder said was, be kind. Kindness. Are you kind to your staff? Are you kind to those under you? Are you kind to those whose affairs you are leading or you're running? Are you kind to them? What does it mean to be kind? It means to be considerate. It means to put yourself in their shoes. It means to walk a mile in their shoes. It means to ask yourself, if this were me, how would I feel? If you were the one crafting so many things, even silly things that the king never used, and the king knew he would never use, would you be happy? If you never took a day off, if you never had any time to rest, if you kept working non-stop, and nobody considered you, nobody gave you extra pay, there were no holidays, you were working round the clock, every day was churning out day, you were crafting, you were building, you were goldsmithing, would you have felt good? Would you have been happy, never getting a day off, never having anyone say to you, well done? Would it have made you feel good? No, it wouldn't have. So be kind to those who are under you. If you want to be a good leader, you have to be kind. You have to be compassionate. You have to walk a mile in people's shoes. Speaking of being a good leader, I have done a video here on how to be a good leader. The link of that video will be in the description of this video. The second thing that the elders told Rehoboam was to please the people. If you are a leader, you ought to be a servant leader. You don't just become an autocrat, controlling everybody, being domineering simply because you are in a place of leadership. You should always remember that you're one person. You are outnumbered and you're the minority. It's just unfortunate that most people in the world, when they elect a leader, they now start to revere their leader, fear their leader. But they forget that they were the ones who had the power and the authority to put that person in a place of leadership. They forget that they are actually the ones with the power. And so because they forget, the leader too now starts to act like he's the one in charge, he's the boss. But truly, the people can elevate and they can also bring down a leader. And so you should please the people. How do you please the people? It's by asking them what they want. It's simple. It's just a question. What do you want? And when they tell you what they want, listen. Listen. Don't just say to yourself, okay, I'm doing it for appearance's sake. It's not about appearance. Listen to the people. Let them tell you what they want. And when they tell you what they want, do your best to give them what they want. Please them, make them happy, and you will see that they will not worry so much about their positions. They wouldn't feel like underlings. They will feel seen. They will feel appreciated. They will feel valued. And that brings me to the third point. The third thing that the elders told Rehoboam to do was to speak kind words to them. Speak good words to them. Many leaders need to learn this. How do we speak to our staff? How do we speak to our subordinates? How do we speak to people who work for us? Do we tell them that they are trash, they are nothing? Do we treat them like second-class citizens? Do we make them feel inferior? Do we make them feel like what they are doing is not worth it? Do you know that your subordinates, your house staff, everybody that works for you is actually making your life easier? Do you know that if you could do those things that they do for you, you'll be exhausted, you'll be overwhelmed, you will not achieve as much as they have achieved? Do you know that those people are part of the fabric of your success? These are the people that actually make you successful. Because if you look at King Solomon, when the Queen of Sheba came to see him, she was impressed. What impressed her? His success, the way the house was run, the way the household was well governed, the way the table was laid, the way the food was prepared. All of that impressed the Queen of Sheba. And she said, this man must be really what they say he is. Remember that she came to test Solomon and she went back with a good testimony. Do you think it was only Solomon's brilliance that awed her? No. The hard work of the people behind the scenes, the hard work of the support staff, also contributed to Solomon's success. It also contributed to his image. It also contributed to her awe. And so you must talk kindly. You must say good words to people who work for you. Stop treating people like trash. Stop treating people like they don't matter. Stop treating people like they don't count. Because if they're out of the picture, you will realize their impacts. Just have support staff or household staff that works for you and the person suddenly resigns. That is when you will realize how much hard work it takes to maintain your house. You see that house that has been functioning and running like it's on automatic. There's somebody behind the scenes who is making it run like that. It's not automatic. There's a human being who is fixing it. There's somebody who is making sure that everything is well kept, everything is well arranged, and everything looks very neat and well organized. And so you must appreciate the person. You must say words of thanks. You must be grateful. You must talk kindly and treat the person like the person matters. Treat people like their hard work matters, because it does. And these were some of the things that Solomon overlooked. I don't know what it was with Solomon. Maybe Solomon was too busy getting the gold, entertaining the guests, speaking to people, and showcasing his brilliance, that he forgot to look at the small man, the small woman, the people behind the scenes. Let's not make that mistake, because Solomon has made it, and we have seen the dire consequences of that mistake of overlooking the little man, of overlooking the people behind the scenes, of overlooking your support staff. This is the time to get it right. Solomon got it wrong. Now let us fix it. Unfortunately for Rehoboam, he took the advice of his friends who said, treat them like even more trash. Let's not be like Rehoboam, who treated the people like they did not matter, who made them feel worse, such that they said, what do we have in Israel? To your tent, O Israel, nobody cares about us. And they left. They left feeling despondent, feeling unseen, undervalued, unappreciated, unheard. I mean, it can be disheartening when you go to someone to pour out your emotions, to tell them how you feel, to finally express yourself, having held it together for so long, and they tell you, yeah, doesn't really matter what you feel. I don't care. I will make your situation worse. That was what Rehoboam did. Rehoboam told the people that he had only just begun. That you see what his dad was doing, that was a starter pack. That he would deal even more fiercely with the people. It's no wonder that there was insurgency. It's no wonder that there was turbulence in Rehoboam's time. It is no wonder that everything went haywire as soon as Rehoboam said that. The people were trying to keep it together. They were trying to manage their emotions. They were trying to help their king present this facade, present this appearance of having it all together, whereas things were crumbling at the back end. They helped Solomon maintain that appearance. They helped him maintain the image. But as soon as he was gone, they heaved a sigh of relief like, okay, we've got to let it out. We've just got to let it out. And they thought someone would hear them. They thought someone would see them. They thought they would find understanding with Rehoboam, a new king. They felt this is a fresh start, only to be told, you've only just begun. Do you know how our staff feel when we don't see them? We don't speak kindly to them. We don't appreciate them. We talk to them harshly. We treat them like they don't matter, like they are less than human. And that is why tomorrow they can revolt. These are human beings with feelings. These are human beings with emotions. These are human beings with common sense. You can't treat people like trash and expect them to keep quiet. They can only keep quiet for so long. At a point in time, they are going to revolt. And when they revolt, then you will realize that you are outnumbered. Then you will realize how much value they have been bringing to you and how little thank you you have been saying. You would realize that these people are not just trash, they are human beings made in the image and likeness of God. This message today is a warning to us to stop overlooking the small people, stop overlooking the underprivileged. Stop acting as if people are second-class citizens and you're all that and more. Love your neighbor as yourself. I'm not sure what Solomon's problem was. I don't know why, in all his wisdom, in all his knowledge, in all his wealth, he never got the time. He never found the time, or he never saw the need to appreciate the people who were working behind the scenes. Let's say thank you to every support staff, whether they work with us at home, whether they are colleagues, junior colleagues, whether they are subordinates, whether they are our employees. No matter what they are, people behind the scenes make us look good in front of the camera, in the limelight, in the spotlight. And let's say thank you to them. To everybody who is working with me behind the scenes, no matter what project I have worked on, whether it is someone behind the camera now, whether it is someone who has helped me on my project this year or in previous years, or somebody who is helping me today, I say a heartfelt thank you to you. You make my world a better place. You make my work easier. You are my support system, and I'm grateful to have you in my life. I am grateful for your knowledge, for your patience, for your understanding, for your hard work. I don't take it for granted. And today I honor you, and I thank you, and I appreciate you, and I value you. And yes, I see you. Yes, I hear you. Yes, I understand you. And from today on, if I haven't been doing this, if I have been walking down Solomon's path and not saying thank you enough, I want to say thank you, and thank you. I'm grateful, and I will always be grateful for your hard work. To all those who have subscribed to this channel, to all those who watch my videos, to all those who are there on their screens watching me, I want to say thank you, because you're the people behind the scenes who make this work that I do worth the while. You're the people who consume the content that I put out there. Without you, this will not be worth it. Without you, my making videos will be a waste of time. I'm grateful for you, and I thank you. All of Lila's fam, I thank you so much, and I love you, and I appreciate you. Please keep watching my videos here, and let us keep growing together. If you've enjoyed watching this video, please drop a comment below. Also, if you'd like to see more videos that inspire you, that grow you, and that help build and strengthen your Christian faith, please subscribe to this channel. Simply click the subscribe button and get subscribed to this channel today. It is completely free of charge. You don't have to pay anything to subscribe to this channel. So, click that subscribe button. Also, do not forget to click the notification button so you'll be notified as soon as I update. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching it. Also, do not forget to share this video with everyone. We all need to start appreciating those that help us behind the scenes. Share this video so that the little man, the little woman, and those who help us behind the scenes can feel valued, seen, appreciated, and heard. Thank you so much for watching this video to the very end. Thank you for giving me your time. I have a playlist in the description of this video. Go watch the videos in that playlist. Drop your comments on each of those videos, and keep watching my videos and growing with me here on Let Your Light So Shine. Wherever you are, whatever you do, let your light so shine. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Please subscribe, click the notification button, like this channel, share our videos, and follow us on social media. Thank you very much.